Good evening, everyone. This is BremSter, and tonight I'm coming to you with The Other 51 by Alexander Hamilton, the next puzzle in the Hamilton Sudoku series. These are puzzles that have been created anonymously by setters and then sent through to me through a single contact in order for me to be able to solve them on my channel as a unique Sudoku series that is basically exclusive at this time to my channel. And designed to be approachable puzzles that anyone can enjoy, specifically so that I could record them quickly when I've got periods of high stress or periods where I need to record a lot of puzzles quickly. And they've been a lot of fun. This is another puzzle which I have chosen specifically to record for the evening that you are going to be seeing it for two reasons. One, the previous puzzle I did was the Federalist Papers, which also refers to Hamilton wrote the other 51. And the other one is the night that this puzzle comes out on my channel will be the night that I see Hamilton with the Australia-New Zealand cast for the very last time. I will not be going back to New Zealand again to see the show. It's only running for a very limited run, and I will be flying out of New Zealand only a few hours after the show ends. So it will be the last time I see the show for possibly many years. And that's going to be a sad time for me. And the reason the other 51 is appropriate is there was apparently, according to a couple of people I know, there was a bit of a pool running with some of the cast and crew about whether I would ever see the show 51 times. I ended up blowing that number out of the water. It'll either be 60 or 61, I expect. I think it'll be 60, but there is a chance I will try and get another ticket while I'm over in Auckland, because I'm me. So yeah, but there was definitely cases of there's no way you're going to get to 51, right? 51 is a really big number, but there's no way you're going to get to the other 51. Yeah, I absolutely got to 51. Got to 51 well before it left Melbourne. And then I saw it a few times in Brisbane and then a couple in New Zealand. So assuming all goes well. So yeah, it's been an amazing journey for me. And as of you seeing this puzzle, it's over. And I'm going to be very sad. I mean, I was sad when I last saw it in Brisbane. I was incredibly sad when it left Melbourne, but it's all been an emotional ride. And knowing that I will never see what I feel is my cast again, even if it comes back, it'll be completely different people and it would just not be the same. So yeah, very, very weird time for me. But let's enjoy puzzles. So again, if you're not interested in Hamilton or musicals at all, just enjoy the puzzles. They're designed by amazing setters. I'm judging that by the puzzles. I have no idea who set them. They've all been set anonymously and created for me specifically for my channel so that I can solve them like this. You shouldn't find these, well, at this time you won't find the puzzles anywhere else, but that could change. I do not claim ownership of these puzzles or exclusivity. What I'm saying is at the moment they are exclusive to my channel, but if the setters decide to release them elsewhere, that's up to them. They're their puzzles. I honestly am a believer of any puzzles that are sent through to me, even if they're created specifically for me, my birthday puzzles or anything, they are owned by the setters, and no one other than the setter should be able to claim ownership of those puzzles. If someone else releases those as paid content, then the setters should still have the right to do with them what they please. That is my personal opinion. You should never, ever be selling someone else's content and then turning around to those people and saying you can't use your own puzzles. I think that is wrong. And I think that's true with anything. If you wrote a short story and sent it through, unless you have a contract for them and you purchase it from them, they still own it. That's just the way things should work. If you buy it from them, that's a completely different story. Anyway, let's have a look at the way this one works. Normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every box, in every row, and in every column, the digits 1 to 9 must be placed without repetition. Digits in cages must sum to the number in the top left corner of the cage. Digits may not repeat within cages. So making this 29 cage, while it might be legal Sudoku to make both of those sixes, math might work there, I don't know. It is not valid killer Sudoku because you cannot repeat numbers within cages. Clues outside the grid, we've got one of them. It's another 51 clue. We had a few of those yesterday, for me only about 10 minutes ago. Sum to the digits along the indicated diagonal. Digits may repeat if allowed by other rules. So those cells will sum to 51. And then any set of 3 sequential cells along a teal modular line must contain a complete set of resides modulo 3. Don't panic, it's fairly simple. One of them must be from the set 147, one of them must be from 258, one of them must be 369. Where does that set come from? If you divide the number by 3, 147 have a remainder of 1, 258 have a remainder of 2, and 369 have a remainder of 0. So they're the sets of what is resides if you divide by 3. So resides modulo 3. Digits may repeat along these lines if permitted by other rules. They're the rules we've got for the puzzle. I'm going to restart the puzzle to restart my timer. I have not done modular lines in months. Like maybe this year. I don't know. Someone else can check my back catalogue, but I don't believe I've done one in a while. So what do we know? So we do know that if we color, I'm just going to use this as an example. If this is yellow and this is blue and this is green, we know that, and the reason I can say that is each set of 3 sequential digits must contain one each of the sets. Now, I don't know which set this is. So I don't know if yellow is 1, 4. Another easy way of remembering this is entropic lines are low, middle, and high. And you can look at your numeric keypad, and if you go horizontally, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But if you go vertically on your numeric keypad, you have 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9. So modular lines just use the vertical band of your numeric keypad. The other way to think about it is boxes 1, 4, and 7 are the same modularity. 2, 5, and 8 are the same modularity. 3, 6, and 9 are the same modularity. Whereas if you were doing entropy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's just an easy way to remember it. But whether this is from 147, 258, or 369, this would have to be different because there must be a complete set in the 3, and this must be different again. So we can call one of them yellow, one of them blue, one of them green. They're just different sets. Now, what would this need to be? Because this run of 3 digits would need to be a complete set. So we've already got blue and green, so this has to be yellow. And now in this set, we've already got green and yellow, so this has to be blue. And it is always the case, whether it's an entropic line or a modular line or anything where you've got repeating sets like this, that depending on how many numbers you've got in the set, each digit that is that number away, like the number of sets items you've got in the set, must be the same. So, and it is the same along here. These will be from the same set, and these will be from the same set. These will be from the same set, and these will be from the same set. Now, in a 5, you can use 1, 2, 3, and 4 only. So if it's 1, that works though, because there are each numbers. It's not like entropy where one of these would have to be 4. Maybe there is a trick there that I'm just not familiar with. Well, I know this one though. So I'm actually going to remove that coloring. No, not the digits. I'm going to remove the coloring. And what I'm going to do down here is I know that this is from 258, which I normally call green. So I know this is from 258. So that's 2 because it sees 5 and 8. And these are from different modular sets. So this is a green modular. These are green modular. This is from 147, which I call blue. This is from 369, which I call yellow. This is from green. Now, I've got all the greens. So these two are either from 147. I don't know what to do with that. I really don't know what to do with that. Actually, 29. I used this last time. The maximum you can put into 4 cells is 6, 7, 8, 9, which sums to 30. The only digit I can reduce by 1 to get to 29 is the 6, because if I reduce any other digit, I'm causing a duplication in the cage. So this has to be 5, 7, 8, 9, but there's no 5 in here. So 5 is down here, and there's no 9 there. So this is from 7 or 8. And that doesn't have repeating modularity. I don't think that can be 8 because it's 2, 5, 8. And if this was an 8, this would have to be from 2, 5, or 8. And it couldn't be because it would see all of them. So that can't be an 8. So this is 7 or 9. One of these is 5, and 5 is from 258. If it's that, that would have to be 8, because it couldn't be 2. And then that would have to be 8, but I don't see a problem there. This is 5, 7, 8, 9. It's the same thing. Ah, modular lines break my brain. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to try and grab a pale grey line, and I'm going to try and draw this always does this. I'm going to try and draw this diagonal in, so I've got a marker of what that diagonal is. This has quite a low maximum. The maximum I can put in this is 6, 8, which is 14. The maximum I can put in here is 14. So let's go back to my calculator. So if I do 9 and 14, which is the maximum I could put in these, and then I put 9 here, and the maximum I could put in here, if I make this 9, could this be 7, 8? No. Oh yeah, this could be 5. This could be 7, 8. So then I do, it's not, yeah, and then I do, which is 17, and then I make this a 9, which is the maximum it could be. I didn't mean to do it in that grid. I meant to do it in my calculator. What does that sum to? That sums to 58. Okay. So I do have a lot of freedom at the moment. Sorry, I really struggle with this. If that's 7, this is 4. If this is 9, this is 3 or 6. So this is 4, 3, or 6 only. Because if this is 7, this is 1 or 4, and it can't be 1. And if it's 9, it's 3 or 6, because it couldn't be a 9. But it has to be the same modularity. If maybe there is something up here. Right, this can't be 1, 4. Because if this is 1, 4, they're the same modularity. This is not 1, 4, this is 2, 3. It's the same down here. This is 2, 3. So this is 3 and this is 2. That was incredibly important to realize, and I didn't realize it early enough. So this is green and yellow. This, because I could identify the 2, 3. But this is 2, 3. So this has to be from the 1, 4, 7. And these are from the 2, 5, 8. So these are from 5, 8 and 6, 9. But there's no 5 here. So this is from 6, 8, 9. So there must be an 8 in here, because whichever one is the 2 can't have the 5, so it has to go with the 8. So there's no 8 here. So there is an 8 down here. Which means those 8s line up, and there's an 8 in one of those two. That could be an 8. But that can't be. No, 5, 8. Might work. Just might work. Huh. So this actually is 3 along. So this is green and is either 5 or 8. And this is yellow and is either 6 or 9. But the 8 must be in one of those two. This is not an 8. So 8 is in one of those two. If that's 8, that's 8. Because this becomes 5. This is either 1, 4 or 2, 3. But they're all different modularities. So I don't know how that helps me. 5, 7, and 9 are all different modularities. If it's supposed to be modular math on the diagonal line, I am on the little killer line. I am not going to be able to solve this puzzle. Like if I'm supposed to be able to figure out there's some weird modular trick going on this line because of the way these modular lines overlap, I will never figure that out. If that's the only way forward on this puzzle, then I'm in trouble. So I know there's a 2 up here. If there's a 2 in here, there's a 3 in here. So it's either 2, 3 or 1, 4. If this is 1, 4, this becomes 7, this becomes 9, this becomes 8, and this becomes 5. Because 1, 4 means I couldn't have repeated modularities on there because they're from the same modularity. So this, which is the middle of the line, would have to be the 5. This would be 8. 5, sorry, this would be 7, 9, 8. 8 would go in here somewhere. Oh, I don't know. This would be 5, so this would be the 8. And I think that breaks. But that's a long chain. If this is 1, 4, this becomes 7. This becomes 9. This becomes 8. This becomes 5. And then that becomes 8 and that becomes 5 and we're all okay. No, it doesn't break. Sorry. I don't know what to do. I do not know what to do. I get the feeling there's some modular math going on, which makes me wonder if the person who set this actually knows me. This 2 looks like making this the 3 and this the 2. That's not modular math, that's just Sudoku. So this is yellow and this is green. So this has to be yellow, so this has to be green. Green is 2, 5, 8. So this becomes the 8. This is the 6 or the 9. The 8 looks down, meaning that's not the 8. This is the 8. This is all fine. This is all beautiful. Why am I even concerned? That makes this the green, which means 3 along this line. This has to be green. So it has to be from 2, 5, 8. So that's 2, that's 3. This is all fine. This is beautiful. 1, 2, 3. This is yellow, which means it is from 6 or 9. These can't be 9. This is a 5, 7 pair because I can't repeat modularity. This can't be 5 because I can't repeat modularity, but it can't be a 7. So this is 9, which means this becomes yellow, which means this becomes yellow, this becomes blue. So this is from 1, 4, 7. This is from 3 or 6. See, that is just no problem at all. This is from, it can't be 2, 5, it could be 8 if it's green. And if it's 1, 4, 7, it's either 1 or 4. So this is 1, 4, or 8. But there's now a 6, 9 pair looking down. So this is the 7, this is the 8. There's no 7 here, there's no 8 here. There's no 7 here. This is 5, 9. And this, the 6, 9 looks down. This is the 5, this is the 9. So 7 is blue. So these are both blue, which means this is not 3 or 6, this is 4. This is fine. This is absolutely fine. I was just being dumb. This is the 8, so these have to be yellow. So these are from 3, 6, 9. That can't be a 9. That one can't be a 9 either. That's a 3, 6 pair. So these, well, where does 2 go in this row? This is the 2, this is the 9. 2 is green, wrong green, and 9 is yellow, and that is now complete. The circle is now complete. This is not a 7 because there's a 7 in the box. 5 is green and 9 is yellow. See, absolutely beautiful. I was just being dumb. This 5 makes this 8. This now has to be blue, so it's 1, 4, or 7. Just being dumb. Now, this is not an 8 anymore. So this is 1, 4, which means it is absolutely blue, which means 3 along is blue, which means that's the 7 and that's the 5, 5 being green. I've got all the greens and 2 of the yellows in this column. So this is yellow or blue. So it's 1, 4, or 3 because it can't be 6. Interesting. This is not 2 anymore, so 2 is in this cage, and this cage is 2, 3. Which I also could have got by the 2 3s looking into this, meaning that 2 and 3 had to go in here. But 3 along from here, this has to be yellow, so it's not 8, which I could have got from that. But this is 6 or 9, it can't be 3 or 6, so this, yeah, this is 6. These are now both blue. So these are from 1, 4, 7. Not doing much. Weird. This is very weird. Could this actually be a 1? Because if I go, because this now has a maximum of 7, 6. So if I put 9, 6 is 13, then 7, and then 8 and 9, which are the maximums I can do ignoring this cell. The maximum I can make it ignoring that cell is 46. So this needs to be at least a 5. This is a 7. Because if this was only a 4, these cells would need to be bigger than their maximum. So now these cells sum to 22. So those cells there are 51 minus 22. It's late. Is 29. So those cells sum to 29. And the maximum they can be is 9, 13, and 9. Wait, what? Which is 31. So there's only 2 degrees of freedom. So this is 8 or 9 because it can't be 7. And this is 7 or 9 because it can't be 8. And it can't be that. This is 7. That's the 2 degrees of freedom taken up. This doesn't have the ability to be 9. So all of those are 29. 51 minus 29 is 22. These need to sum to 22. The maximum they can be is 6 and 7 is 13. So this has to be a 9 and this has to be 6, 7. And now if I add all of those up, I hopefully get 51. I do. So this is 6, 7. This is 9, so this is 6. So this is 9. This 7 is blue, so 3 along is blue. So this is 1, 4. Did I just use the wrong blue? I used the wrong blue. It's not that blue, it's that blue. So this is now 9. And I don't think I need, I'm going to keep the entropic colouring until, modular colouring until I've got that. Because that's blue. Once I've got this, I'll get rid of the modular colouring, I think. Oh, and this one. This 9 makes this 6. This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 4, 9. Well, that's not 1. That's not 9. So that's actually blue. So this is a 1, 4, 9 triple. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. This is 5 and 7. So there's no 7 there, which I could have got from that. Actually, this is known. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is an 8, which we know is green. 9 we know is yellow. I might keep the colouring. I don't know. 4, 9. 6 is in one of those two. Because it's 1, 3, 4, 6. Well, that's 3 or 6. So this is... 3 has to be along here because I need to have 3 and 2 need to be along here. So this is a 2 because I need to put a green digit along here. The green digit's 2, 5, and 8. So I need to put a 2 along here, but these two 2s make that a 2. So that is the green 2. So these are 1 and 4 because I've got all 3 green and all 3 yellow. This is a 1, 4. So that becomes blue. And these are 3, 6, and 5. 3, 5... No, not 2. 3, 5, and 6. And there must be a 5 in here. Which means there's a 5 in one of those two. This is also 3, 5. Wait, what? No, wait, whoa. There's a 5 in one of those two, but the 6, 7 here means this is 3, which means this is 6. These are not 6. This is a 3, 5 pair. And what are these? These are 1 and 5. I think I got that right. 3 and 5 are the same modularity as those. So one of those must be 8 to go with the 5. If that's 5, that must be 2, 5, or 8, and it can't be. So this is the 3, this is the 5. 3 is yellow, 5 is green. The only thing, so this must be green, so it must be the 8. This must be 3 or 6, and it can't be 3 or 9. So this is the 6, this is the 3. That makes this 7, which is blue, and this 6, which is yellow. These are now, they're not yellow or green, so they're both blue, and therefore 4, 7. And this 7 makes this 4, this 7. The 4 looks over making, no, not all of them, that 1 and that 4. The 1 looks down making that 4 and that 1, which takes 1 out of there. This becomes a 4, 9 pair and makes this 1. I need a green in there, which is the 8. This 3 looks down making this 2 and 3. The 2 is part of green, the 3 is part of yellow. I was very, very dumb with how I thought this was going to work. It's a very cool puzzle. This is a 4, and we know 4 is part of blue, so 3 along must also be part of blue. This is a 147 triple in this box. 6 is in one of those two, but I know what these are. These are 1 and 3. That can't be 1 because then it'd be 2 blues together. This is the 3, this is the 1. 3 is yellow, so this is yellow, and it's not 3 or 9, so this is 6. We know that 1 is blue. This is not 1. This is not 4. This is not 6. So these are 5 and 8 because I've got all 3 yellows and all 3 blues, and the 2 is there. So these are both green from 2, 5, 8, and this 8 makes this the 5 and this the 8. The 5 looks down, making this 1 and 5. We know 5 is green and 1 is blue. The 5 looks down, making this 7 and 5. We know that 7 is blue and 5 is green. 3 has to go here now, making that yellow. That's just Sudoku. And these are 1, 4, and 6. Well, there's no 6 there. So this is the 6, which we know is yellow, and this is a blue 1, 4. The 1, 4 pair looks up making that 7, which makes that 4, which makes that 1. This 1 looks across making this 4 and this 1. This is cool. I was just very dumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 go in there. The 7 makes that 6 and that 7. We know 6 is part of the yellow modular set and 7 is part of the blue. We need to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 and 9. This 1 makes this 9, which again is part of the yellow modular set, and that makes this 1, which is part of the blue modular set. And in here, I still need a blue and a green. What do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll use that 2 to make that 4, which is part of the blue modular set, and this becomes, no, 2, which is part of the green. No, that is correct. The 4 looks down, making that going to be 9, which is part of the yellow modular set. The last digit is going to be a 4, which is part of blue, and I put in the 4, and that is the solution to the other 51. I am really sorry that I got so frustrated in the middle there. It's been a day. That was really cool. Once I figured out what was going on, basically I had missed an invisible digit. And that's the thing. Sorry, everyone. Invisible digit, a given digit that you just miss. I don't know why it happens. I'm not the only one who suffers from this, but I definitely do. There's something about given digits. They're just invisible to people. Other solvers, I've seen them do exactly the same thing. That was really cool. I was thinking, is there modular math or anything? Nope, it's just a given digit I didn't see. All good. Very, very cool puzzle. I like that one a lot. And beautiful use of modularity. Very, very, very cool. Yeah. Yep. Great puzzle. And yeah, by the time you see this, I'm going to be probably back in a hotel room, a little sad, and having to get up in about 3 hours to get on a plane. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you're enjoying everything we're doing. There'll be more Hamilton puzzles coming. I haven't finished recording this set, so there'll be a few more over the next few days to get me back in the swing of things. And then I'll have a bunch to record before I go on another break. So it's, yeah, this is going to be a month of me doing just very, very frenetic recording and getting help where I can. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you're enjoying everything. And as always, good luck with your solving.